Hey, I'm Mark and welcome back to the first devlog on this channel. So, firstly, why no videos for a month? Simple, I've been busy learning Java and Neo4j. Second, is this mod associated with Create Aeronautics? No, this mod is not associated with Create Aeronautics and or the Create Aeronautics team. With that out of the way, let's get to the point. So, as an outline of what I want this mod to do, I'd like to implement proper simulated contraptions, and that's what this first video is about. Working with vanilla create mod, every time a contraption is assembled, its blocks are stored in a client-side non-ticking cache. That's why after assembly you lose most interaction with contraptions, aside from chests or barrels. I get around this by changing the code of the contraption entity to repeatedly check a bounding volume of blocks in the world. As of now, the bounding volume is constant, but later I plan to implement it properly. Every tick, the entity checks this volume and compares it against the cache. If any block has changed, it updates the cache and sends updates to the clients. Block entities are added to a separate cache, and every tick a packet is sent containing the update sync data of the block entity to keep all client block entities up to date. This part was relatively easy to implement. With these updates, contraptions can change dynamically with the bounding volume, but block entity rendering is still broken, specifically of creates block entities. Create implements special interaction and movement behaviors specific to when they are on a contraption. This is actually pretty useful, assuming these work in my favor. Things like the mechanical bearings provide their own renderer, which locks them in place for lack of a better word. Overriding this method to render data from the client cache was easy. Unfortunately, the bearings rotation was still laggy, which took me almost 4 days to figure out. And the issue is kinda stupid. Block entities actually tick client side. Eventually I got around to fixing it and actually ticking client side caches. The current stage of development is properly implementing the actual contraptions. Since one contraption can have multiple child contraptions, I need to properly handle applying the parent transform to the children, which is easier said than done, because my previous attempts were less than great. Anyways, that's all for this video. Sorry if it feels rushed. I wanted this out by Christmas and that only left me with about a day I could spend editing and writing this. Well, bye, see you in the next devlog.